Hello students, welcome back to the video lecture series of numerical methods in chemical engineering. This is Dinesh Mehbubani. We have started unit number 6, that is numerical differentiation and integration. We have already covered the numerical differentiation part, and in numerical integration also, out of 3 methods we have already completed one method and the theory of another method. The first method was trapezoidal rule. The second one is Simpson 1/3 rule. Okay, what we were doing in the trapezoidal rule? In numerical integration, everything depends upon the Newton-Cotes formula. Okay, in Newton-Cotes formula, if I am placing n is equal to 1, then I can derive the formula of trapezoidal rule. If I am placing n equals to 2, then I can derive the formula of Simpson 1/3 rule, and if I am placing n is equal to 3 in Newton-Cotes formula, then I can derive Simpson 3/8 rule. Okay, why these rules are known as 1/3 and 3/8? Because the coefficient of the terms is h by 3 and 3h by 8. That's why it is known as Simpson 1/3 and Simpson 3/8 and so on. See, what is to be remembered in the values of n? Trapezoidal rule can be applied to any value of n. If I am taking n sub intervals, and for any value of n I can apply trapezoidal rule. But Simpson 1/3 rule is only applicable if my n is even. Okay, remember this. Simpson 1/3 rule is only applicable if my n, what is n? N is a number of sub intervals. If my sub intervals are even. Okay, because we are taking two strips together. Remember, do you remember the graphical method with the help of which we were finding the integral? We were taking 3 points and we were taking two strips together, right? x0, x1, x2. So we are taking two strips together. So the value of n should be even. Fine. See, let us solve numericals on the basis of Simpson 1/3 rule. See, before starting numerical, first of all, you have to fix the decimal places at 4. Okay, see here we have to compute the integral 0 to pi by 2 under root of sin x dx by applying Simpson 1/3 rule for n is equal to 6. See here the value of n is already given, n is equal to 6 is given, so n is already even, so no need to worry about that. Okay, and accuracy of 4 decimal places is asked. We are already taking the accuracy of 4 decimal places in the calc. See, first of all, we have to find the value of h, and in this numerical you have to keep the angle mode in radian. If you will not keep the angle mode in radian, the whole answer will be incorrect. Okay, here what is the value of a? A is my lower limit, that is 0, b is pi by 2, and n is already given 6. So what will be my h? See, h is equal to b minus a upon n. So what is our h? Pi by 2 minus 0 upon 6. So it can be written as pi by 12. So we have to take the differences of pi by 12. Dear students, make sure that the angle mode is radian, otherwise the whole numerical will be wrong. Okay, what is our next step? We have to make a table. X and f of x is equal to under root of sin x. See, what is my first value? 0. Then I have to take the differences of pi by 12, so it will be pi by 12. Then pi by 12 plus pi by 12, that is 2 pi by 12, that is pi by 6. Pi by 6 plus pi by 12, pi by 4. Okay, then pi by 4 plus pi by 12 is pi by 3. 5 pi by 12, and the last value will be pi by 2. Okay, so in this way you can count the total number of subintervals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the total number of subintervals are 6. Then we have to calculate all of these values. Okay, how we can calculate all of these values? See, we can make a equation in the calc I will show you in the next video. Okay, first of all I am selecting the radian mode. I am fixing the decimal places at 4. Okay, by fixing the decimal places at 4, we have to make an equation under root sine answer equal to, because our function is under root sine x. Okay, then I have to take the first value. Sine 0 is 0, the first value will be 0, right? Okay, see here, my first value will be 0.5087. How I am finding the pi by 12? Exponential pi divided by 12 equal to, then up key equal to. Okay, again exponential pi divided by 6, that is pi by 6 equal to up key equal to. See, pi is not 180 here. Pi is a value here. I am not taking 180, right? Because it is in radian mode. Pi by 4 equal to up key equal to. Again pi by 3 equal to up key equal to. 5 pi by 12 equal to up key equal to. In this way you have to find all of the values. Okay, fine. So I am placing all of these values. What is the value of sine 0? See, sine 0 is 0, so I am writing here 0. Under root sine pi by 12 is 0.5087. Okay, then 0.7071, 0.8409, 0.9306, 0.9828, and the last value will be 1. Okay, then what is our formula? See, the interesting part comes here. The interesting part comes here. What is our formula? See, before writing the formula, give the numbering y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. Okay, here we have to write h by 3, first term plus last term. So y0 plus y6 plus 4 into odd terms. See here, if your numbering is not correct now, then your answer will be again false. The answer will be wrong. Why? Because if you are starting from y1, then y1, y3, y5 will be totally the different values that we have to take here. Here we have to take 4 into odd and 2 into even. So 4 into odd means y1, 3 and 5 we have to take. So y1, y3 and y5 I have to take, right? And 2 into even. Which are the even? y2 and y4. See, we are not taking y6 because we have y6. We have taken y6 already in the as the last term. Okay. So make sure that your term, the value of y should not be repeated. We have to take all the values only one time. Fine. Okay, after placing all of these values, you will get the answer. Okay, and the final answer of this numerical will be the final answer of this numerical will be 1.1873. Okay, so this is your final answer. Okay students, let us solve one more numerical on the basis of Simpson 1/3 rule. See what is given. Water is flowing through a pipeline 6 cm in diameter. The local velocities u at various radial positions r are given below. We have to estimate the average velocity using Simpson 1/3 rule, and the average velocity is given by u is equal to 2 upon r square integration from 0 to r ur into ur dr. Okay, where r is equal to 3 cm. See, they have already given the formula. Okay, we have to take the integral with the help of this Simpson 1/3 rule. See, r is equal to 3 is given. Okay, but before that, here you can see the integration is with respect to r. Okay, so this is our r, and the value of h you can see from the table. The value of h from the table you can easily identify, that is 0.5. So first of all, we have to find this integral, okay, UR dr. So we have to first of all take the multiplication of u into r, because we want to take integration of UR, okay. So to find UR, we have to first of all find u into r, okay, u into r for all values. So my first value will be 0, second will be 0.9700, 1.7800, then 1.5 into 1.5, 2.25, then 2.22, then 1.5250, and the last value is 0. Okay, so these are my values of y0 to y6. Okay, so to find this integral, I am first of all finding this integral, and then I will multiply it by 2 upon r square. Okay, so by applying Simpson 1/3 rule, it can be written as h by 3, first term plus last term, okay, plus 4 into odd and 2 into even, okay, plus 2 into y2 plus y4. So this is my formula. After solving this, I will get the value of only this integral, okay, and I have to multiply it by 2 upon r square, because I want to find the average velocity. Average velocity is equal to u. The formula of u is already given. So if you will place all these values, by placing all these values, the answer of this integral will be 4.4967. Okay, the answer of this integral will be 4.4967. Now, I have to place this value, okay, in this formula to get the average velocity. First of all, what we did, we found UR. After that, we found integral. Now we have to find the value of u. So I have to multiply it by 2 upon r square. What is our r? R is 2 by 9, and the value of the integral is 4.4967. Okay, so the average velocity after finding this will be 0.993 centimeter per second. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, this is your answer. This is the average velocity, and this is the numerical of application of chemical engineering. Okay, so in this way you can solve any numerical on the basis of Simpson 1/3 rule. In the next lecture, we will start the last method of this chapter, Simpson 3/8 rule. Okay, till then, have a good day. Bye bye.